Hey, hi. I want you to walk with me for a sec. Close your eyes and picture something you've always wanted for as long as you can remember. Better yet, picture something you already have that you cherish so dearly. Could be a person, could be a place, maybe a magically delicious bowl of jollof rice with 4 chicken chalupas, 6 beef patties, and a gallon of sweet tea. Now imagine somebody taking that away from you in cold blood. What do you feel right now? Pain, sorrow, agony, anguish? So then what do you do now? The obvious answer is, of course, get back! Revenge is supposed to bring catharsis. Revenge is supposed to be freeing. Revenge is supposed to close the book on that pain, that sorrow, that agony, that anguish. You and I both know it never actually does bring that closure though. But in fiction, this is still absolutely fire to watch. What's even more fire is watching said character go through that same realization and whatnot, but we ain't come here for the redemption arc. We came here for the coldest revenge missions in fiction. Come on now. There's all kinds of revenge stories in the world of fiction, which means there's literally an infinite well of heat to pull from. I would absolutely love to talk about the John Wick movies, of course, but I haven't seen any of them. I know I'm sleep as f. I really should have watched at least one before making this video, not gonna lie, but hey, I feel like it's only right we start with a little divisive pick, you dig? A lot of people got a lot of opinions on The Last of Us 2 for fair reasons, but not gonna lie, I thought this was some heat for the most part. Also, I guess slight spoiler warning for the next 2 seasons if your only exposure to this franchise is from the show, but Ellie's revenge mission sees her at her lowest of lows to the point where your heart is hollow and empty by the time you finally reach the ending. The entire theme of this game is revenge from the perspective of both protagonists. Joel the Goat murdered a whole bunch of innocent doctors to save Ellie in the first game, and the main surgeon just happened to have a daughter around the same age as Ellie, so naturally she spends the next X years training and getting swole as for her get back, and Joel gets his folded, twisted, turned, inverted, all kinds of ways, and we see the death of our goat. And Ellie has to watch it all go down! That's basically her pops getting boomed right in front of her. This kicked off one of the most gruesome revenge tours in the known universe, dog. Ellie wanted everybody who was in that room when Joel got packed up. On some sunken cost, it just got to the point of no return where she was booming everybody in her path, dog. She needed Abby in her blunt by any means. She ended up booming a whole ass pregnant woman, dude. Granted, she ain't know this woman was pregnant and it was technically self-defense, but oh my. Then there was that moment in that one room with demon time lighting where she was huffing and puffing them spores while beating the ever-loving out of one of Abby's mans. This game was really on some Jujutsu Kaisen shit too, where literally nobody was safe. I was actually fully ready for Ellie to get boomed in this game, and I know it would have been the most heart-wrenching shit ever. But TBH, the ending we actually got probably would have hurt more. I do feel like there is a part of Ellie that did want to get boomed somewhere along this quest for vengeance though. But one time skip later, she finally gets her final battle with Abby, and it's low-key a hard watch, dude. It's like when Naruto and Sasuke ran out of chakra and they were just fisting each other until they both went down. Abby didn't even want to fight anymore, bruh. This was just pain. But yeah, of course, Ellie ended up not booming her and chose peace, except she really wasn't at peace. Her girl left her and took the baby. She can't even play the guitar anymore either, or at least not the same. For like 20 plus hours we watched this character we already with ruin her life for the sake of vengeance. Side note, Ellie's VA is absolutely goated, bruh. This is like top 5 vocal performances I done heard in my whole life. Avatar: The Last Airbender is objectively one of, if not the greatest piece of fiction ever written, straight up. Hey look, it ain't up to me, dog. I'm just a harbinger of real shit. But even Avatar had its own little revenge mission in book 3. You would think it's Zuko's whole quest to try to boom Aang, but that don't really count as revenge because Aang never actually did anything to him in the first place. But the real revenge lies in Katara, the young god of water! This lame ass old nigga put Katara and Sokka's mom in a blunt when they were wee lads, and it definitely hit Katara harder than it did Sokka, or at least that's the way it looks on a surface level. So a million billion years later, Katara's like, hey bruh, I think I'm gonna go find this nigga right now and put him on a t-shirt. And naturally, everybody's like, please don't do that, dog. You are tweaking. Everybody except Zuko, that is. He's the only one of them that even remotely gets where she's coming from, and thus the Zutara revenge tour begins. And throughout this whole episode, Katara is on go, bruh. She's wasting no time and straight up bloodbending motherfuckers. And peep the fits they're in too, dog. These niggas is shinobi assassins right now. This is like right after Zuko had his thorfinn peace arc, so Katara's the one on smoke, and Zuko's really just trying to match her. So they finally track this dude down, and he's literally just a bum now. Katara's like, hey, fun nigga, you remember me? It's raining too, so that's an instant buff for waterbenders, and she freezes the rain and is seconds away from booming this man. She chooses not to though, because as vengeful and angry as she is this whole episode, it's simply not in her nature to cross that line, which is truly honorable. This next character is a whole different story though. I watched Kill Bill for the first time a few months ago, and dog, everybody in this movie was wildin'. Our main character Beatrix is about to get married, but then her ex Flame, who was also her boss, sends the Phantom Troop to pack her and her groom up while she was pregnant. She was also a part of the Phantom Troop at one point, but then she wanted to get out of the mercenary assassin life, and Bill was not f***ing with that. And I'm pretty sure he was kind of jealous too. Hey bruh, low key, it's kind of a weird ass dynamic between these two. But she survives and goes on a warpath to murk every member of Baroque Works, and of course she gotta start with the most melanated individual, bruh. You are not Roro Noa Zoro. But yeah, she ends up deleting the first member in front of her little daughter, and bar for bar says, yo mama had it coming, gang, my fault. Watch this little girl grow up to take revenge on her in the reboot coming in like 10 years. But anyway, yeah, then she claps the rest of them and has this fire duel in the snow, and she's finally ready to put Bill in her blunt. But then boom, her daughter's still alive, and it was also Bill's kid too. That definitely doesn't stop her from packing Bill up though. Not gonna lie, bruh, this is not one of those stories where she learns to forgive him. Nah, these are all crazy murderers. Hey, peep the Bruce Lee cosplay too. She quite literally was suited to kill. Vinland Saga's farmland arc is deadass one of the most beautiful pieces of media I've ever laid eyes upon, but it's only as beautiful as it is because of the context of the first season, right? This little Thorfinn lost everything at the age of 6. Some Viking pirate mercenaries put his dad on a t-shirt right in front of him, and he spent the next 11 years trying to get back. Over the course of this decade, he tirelessly tries to kill the man who boomed his dad, called Ashalad. Hey, that was kind of bars a little bit. You feel me? Killed his dad, Ashalad. You feel me? It was like a little almost bars. Who's also the leader of this band of Vikings. What's really f***ed up though is that Ashalad low-key becomes a father figure to Thorfinn along this journey, but Thorfinn still wants to kill the f*** out of him, and Ashalad basically molds him into the world's most goated, fun-sized murder machine. But he also low-key wants better for this child than the life he's had to live, which is kind of crazy because you're still training this little to become a murder machine, but like you also like you want better for this kid, but you're also still a pirate, and not no like normal pirate, you feel me? You're a Viking pirate. You're a Viking pirate, and them Viking pirates, bro, it's not like One Piece. Unfortunately, these some brutal pirates. The closest pirates in One Piece to these niggas is like the Kid pirates. And even then, Kid is not doing some of the shit that these niggas are doing, bro. These are actual menaces to society. But yeah, Ashalad wants better for Thorfinn. Thorfinn don't give him flying though. He will murder as many people, both innocent and guilty, as it takes, as long as it gets him closer to killing Ashalad. This is like if Chopper was trying to kill Luffy during every arc of One Piece, and also the Straw Hats were kind of bad guys. Long story short though, Ashalad does die, but it's not by Thorfinn. He gets robbed of his revenge by somebody else, and he's left completely empty for a long ass time. Then boom, 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 a couple time skips later, he grows up and turns into the epitome of honor, peace, and love. So kind of happy ending, right? I ain't seen Fullmetal Alchemist in a long ass time, but you know what I do remember about this show? Mace Hughes is one of the most wholesome fictional characters on the face of the earth, who literally just loves the at his family. Every single scene, he's showing everybody pictures of his daughter, bro. This is genuinely just a stand-up nigga. Then Envy put him in a pack, and this shit was so tragic. We got this super iconic scene out of it too. Mustang is a real ass nigga start to finish. Fire design, fire story, fire powers. Literally, his whole snap explosion power is so clean. Imagine if you could just... I would be all day. It's up. But anyway, like X episodes later, he finally gets to pull up on the motherfucker that put his mans in a blunt, and oh my goodness, he goes absolutely ballistic. He he turned that nigga into straight charcoal. Oh my! This is the definition of get back. How he boomed in with healing factor. Pure rage. See, with a story like The Last of Us, you can see how Ellie sparing Abby kind of does make sense, because we see a lot of Abby's perspective and whatnot. But Mustang bodying Envy is a whole different story. This nigga deserved every single particle of flame that scorched him into infinity. Beautiful sight to bear witness to. You love to see it. In the world of Dragon Ball, our maybe favorite human Krillin got boomed twice, right? Well, actually at least 3 times, because that nigga Boo really said F the whole planet. But 2 different people in the series packed Krillin up specifically. Frieza, of course, literally boomed him, like the nigga actually straight up exploded. And then a motherfucker known as Tambourine packed him up when they were kids. This nigga is actually Piccolo's older brother too. He straight up bodied Krillin for a Dragon Ball, back when those actually took work and effort to acquire. And this was the first real important death in the whole series, if I'm remembering right. And naturally Goku's like, no, fuck that! Y'all got me fucked up! And he wants to get back now. And it don't turn out too well for him. So they have a little sky fade and Goku gets his absolutely rocked, which kind of makes sense. I mean, you're fighting a nigga with wings on his back in the sky. But then Goku gets his weight up and rematches this man. And oh my goodness, he embarrasses the fuck out of this dude. Body to oblivion. Then of course we remember his get back with Frieza on Namek. He literally had this man begging to be spared, dog. I cannot take him serious. But yeah, there's definitely more revenge missions in fiction, but I'm super drawing a blank right now, not gonna lie. Hey, I most definitely sleep on John Wick, but hey, part 2. You feel me? But anyway, yeah, shout out Vengeance. Actually, shout out Forgiveness. And shout out you. I feel like it would be kind of crazy to end off with a shout out to Vengeance.
I can't feel my face right now, I'm burning up. I got this feeling that I won't come down, like got this feeling that I won't come down.